Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to focus on how to recover from narcissistic friendships. And my last impactful friendship with a narcissist was terminated 9 years ago. And 9 years and counting, it's just amazing the freedom and the sense of self and the sense of worth that comes with terminating a toxic friendship. And one of the important things in recovering from a narcissistic friendship is recognizing the impact that it's had on you. Because when a narcissistic friendship ends, you're going to have feelings of self-doubt. Maybe you feel that you cannot trust again. You feel that your value, your worth has been diminished. And this is a very normal way to feel. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel betrayed. You may even feel ashamed for not recognizing the red flags earlier on in the friendship. These are all normal things to experience, normal feelings to experience. So don't beat yourself up about this. It is a period of grief that you go through, especially if you've had a very close, intimate and long friendship with the narcissist in your life. It's oftentimes people say to me, well, you know, it's a friendship. It's very different from having a sibling who's a narcissist or a parent who's a narcissist. Yes, it may be different in the details of the abuse, but it is just as hurtful, as painful. It has just as much impact on you. And as I just said, it's going to leave you with all these feelings that you're going to have to deal with, all the thoughts running through your mind on why didn't I see things earlier? You feel ashamed about that. You feel the fear, you feel the unease. So it's all got to do, and I've said this again in previous videos, it is a spiritual warfare in very many cases. So when a narcissist abuses you, they first start with your mind, how they speak to you, what the seeds that they plant in your mind. And these seeds, as toxic as they are, they start to grow and you start to form a story about yourself in your mind, which is not your story, it is their story. It is their projection onto you that makes you feel this way. And the more attention and energy you place on the story that you hold for yourself, the more impact it's going to be or going to have on how you feel and how you act with those feelings. So number one is to recognize the impact, recognize the effect that this friendship has had on you, as toxic as it is. And you know, another thing is that recovery begins with understanding that the abuse is not a reflection on your worth and on your value. It's a reflection of narcissistic behavior. It is very sickening behavior. And I mean that literally. It has an impact on your overall health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. So you must recognize this impact. And also understand that it is never a reflection of who you are or your worth, but a reflection of the behavior. It's a totally different dynamic. When you're dealing with anyone narcissistic, the dynamic is so different from a normal, healthy interaction with someone or friendship or familyship. But this is, again, the video I wanted this video I'm making is, I'm sorry, is focusing on recovery from narcissistic friendships. So the way to recover, you know, if you've gone through anything in your life, whether it can be as simple as a house, moving house, or changing jobs, or leaving your partner, or whatever it may be, whatever change comes into your life is also going to be followed by a period of grief, by reevaluating yourself, by recognizing your worth, by recognizing where it is that you need to enforce boundaries moving forward, recognizing what you contributed to that friendship. And with contribution, I mean, what behaviors did you tolerate? What did you put up with? What did you turn a blind eye to? What is it that you sensed but didn't want to believe about this friendship? These are all very important questions to ask yourself and to analyze as well, and give yourself a truthful answer. Decluttering. That's the point I wanted to make. When there is change in your life, you need to detox, declutter, in order to be able to make a fresh start. And with decluttering, I can mean this literally as well. If there are cards sent to you by this narcissistic friendship, letters, text messages, videos, whatever it may be, I know that I spent a solid year decluttering the toxic energy that had developed over time with this narcissistic friendship. So I started removing her pictures from my socials, from my phone, letters I'd received from her, cards I'd received from her, Christmas cards, birthday cards, whatever they were. I started slowly decluttering that. And that would be my advice to you: declutter. Because in decluttering, you are breaking those energetic chains that have been formed over time with the narcissistic friendship. So this is, it's the influence that the narcissist had on you. You need to detox from that as well. And it's a process. Don't expect yourself to be able to recover from this within a matter of days or weeks. It is a whole process. And as I stated at the beginning of the video, it's been 9 years since I broke off that friendship. And just recently, I would say just before the festive season, I went through my office again. I went through boxes that I have stored in my attic, and still found a few things left from that friendship, which I now gladly dumped. And it just gives you a sense of freedom, of being able to breathe, being able to release old emotions, old energy. It's a wonderful way to add into your healing process. A wonderful way that you can go about this. Reclaiming your sense of self. That is another important factor when going on this journey. And it is a journey not for the faint-hearted. So when you are willing to do the work, to go on this journey, to deal with whatever obstacles come in your way, whatever recognitions you have, whatever insights you have, to just be willing and open to recognize that and to deal with it. Because that is what we all need when recovering from a narcissistic friendship. There are certain patterns that we maintained in our lives that have contributed to how we interacted with this person, what we put up with, what we tolerated. So take a deep dive into that. And one of them is reclaiming your sense of self. Because reclaiming your sense of self entails that you're willing to look at, who am I? Who am I as a person? Without looking at the roles that you have played. Because we all play roles in life. Who are you when those roles are subtracted from your life? Who are you as a person? Just a small example. If I look at myself, who am I as a person, not being in the role of a mother or a partner or a friend? I am gentle, I'm kind, I'm soft. I do have a very loud mouth. I can go ghetto when things happen in my life that do not align with who I am in my authentic beingness. So I can go ghetto. I do recognize that about myself. I can get very angry. I can use terrible language. I can get very upset and distraught at certain things that go on in my life. And it may be something small, or it could be something even major. When you can recognize that about yourself, that you have the gentle side, you have the soft side, and yet you also have the ghetto side, you have the bitchy side, whatever it may be, is to be in acceptance of who you are as a whole person. The whole package is what is important. And, you know, this is oftentimes where people say, yes, but you come across very gentle in your videos and you're soft-spoken. Yes, that's true. That is one side of me. There are several sides to each and every one of us. And when you're willing to look at those sides and embrace them and say, well, this is who I am. And whatever is not working in my life, what is not serving me anymore, is what I'm going to detox from. Another, and one of my final points from recovering from narcissistic friendships, is reframing the experience. And just one of my tips, the way I dealt with it, was that I journaled, I wrote, or I made video messages, as you have seen. I made videos that I put on YouTube, video journaling, to help me process the experiences that I had been through with this narcissistic friend. So whatever you need to process, some people find that they need to work out extra. They need to go for long walks. They need to be in nature much more. They need to journal. They need to speak to someone who gets it. All these things are contributing to your healing. That is how you recover from these friendships. And where I said, again at the beginning of the video, where you may have trouble trusting the next person who comes into your life, the next friendship, it all starts with trusting yourself. Trusting yourself that you have learnt from your past experiences. Because if you're willing, every challenge comes with a lesson. And if you're willing to take the opportunity to grow from this whole experience, then a whole new world opens up for you. Look at those experiences and identify the red flags. Know that you didn't see them in the past, but you have seen them now, and you're going to take that very valuable information with you moving forward. Where do you need to enforce boundaries? Where do you need to care for yourself more? And I'm not so much talking about external care with in a bathroom full of bubbles. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about internal care. Where are your boundaries? How can you be completely honest with yourself? What do you love about yourself? What are you willing to tolerate, not tolerate? All these internal values that we all hold need to be rediscovered, because that is going to pull you forward on your healing journey. So go easy on yourself. It has a great impact. Whatever toxic relationship you have been through, in this case, friendship, it has a great impact on your sense of self, on the way you conduct your daily life. And if you are willing to make changes where changes need to be made, that is what is going to pull you forward. It is a whole process. As I said, I've been in this process for 9 years, and fairly early on, I would say into the second year of terminating that toxic friendship, I felt such relief. It was such a blessing to be able to share my story with all of you here on YouTube, and the interactions, the answers that came from that, the questions that came from that, just the whole interaction online has been absolutely critical in my healing. So I would say use this platform as well to just write your comments under this video, to share your experiences, to reach out to the next person. When you reach out to someone to give them advice or to help them out, you are also helping yourself. Know it's a process. Be willing to learn from this, the opportunity to grow from this. Be willing to look at those opportunities and to embrace them. Keep taking care of yourself. And maybe this year, some of you may still be in narcissistic relationships. Reevaluate those friendships and make decisions that are going to serve you. May mean that you're going to have to break off that friendship. It may mean that you're going to have to make a distance between you and this toxic person and let it naturally cease, the whole friendship, or you're going to have to take radical action to stop these friendships that are bringing you down, that are causing you sleepless nights, that are having a huge impact on your nervous system, on your emotional health, on your mental health. Re-evaluate those friendships. Take care of yourself and speak to you all very soon again. Bye for now.